Welcome to the Rooted Warriors, the podcast where the bonds of sisterhood are not just celebrated, but explored through laughter, tears, and everything in between. Join me and my two dearest friends as we dive deep into the roots of our own friendships, sharing stories and challenges. Whether you're looking for inspiration, advice, or just a good story, we're here to bring a piece of our sisterhood right into your life.
Back in the day, masculinity was measured by toughness, silence, and how hard you worked with your hands. But the times, they have changed. And today, being a man looks very, very different. The expectations, the pressure, even the opportunities, they have all shifted. And that shift has a story.
Right now, studies show that men struggle more than ever with identity, caught between traditional roles and modern demands. Add in conversations about feminism, parenting, and respect. No wonder why so many guys are asking, what does it even mean to be a man today?
Hey there, my chain breakers. When we talk about manhood, feminism, and fatherhood, we're really talking about identity, legacy, and connection. The problem is society has twisted that conversation, misinterpreting masculinity, slandering men, and confusing strength with toxicity. A man who can stand strong, fight his battles, and still raise respectful sons and unstoppable daughters is the original blueprint. Some have called it strong back, soft front, wild heart. We call it the rise of the balanced alpha, the man who carries the weight without crushing. He protects. He is the backbone. He is the warrior, willing to lay his life down for his family.
Hello, tribe.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, my sisters.
Hello.
We're joined here today
What?
by
A
Luke.
Male voice. I just heard a man.
It is a man's voice.
I say sisters, and he says,
Special sister.
This is Luke. He is a dad, a tattoo artist, a wrestling fan, and someone whose story is equal parts grit and humor. So let's get down to business.
Let's get it on.
Wait, what kind of show is this?
Whoa. We didn't know what to do.
what part of masculinity are we getting into around here?
I know. It's just for
You
fun.
said fatherhood, and that's how I got with my kids right there.
happens.
That's how babies are made.
That's how
right there.
babies be made.
That's a baby
Start
maker
it from
song.
the beginning.
Well, we're here to talk about masculinity and how it affects us in today's world. So one of the first questions we have for you, Luke, is we want to talk about what it means to be a man in today's world. So we want your take on how manhood has changed from past generations, like your dads and your grandfathers, etc.
Okay. Well, I think we're expected to express our feelings a lot more than, my father or my grandfather did. Absolutely. Which is a new thing for us,
Yeah.
that we're not really used to. Some of us are better at it than others.
Some are a little too good at it, Luke.
Yeah.
Well, he's saying us.
I feel like wearing high heels today.
That's a little too much, but at the same point, you got to find a fine line. Being able to express yourself and kind of still keep things close to the chest.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important to keep things close to your chest as a man?
Yes. I think if you didn't, the rest of the family might be scared of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to unleash it all.
Yeah. I mean, I heard a saying one time that a dangerous man isn't dangerous all the time, but he can be dangerous. That's what makes him dangerous.
Yes.
So I think if you keep a lot of that to yourself, they see a different kind of side to you that, is the one you want to portray.
Yeah.
At the same time, you don't let them see that evil, mean part, I guess,
Right.
or the quiet, shy part.
Yeah. The vulnerable part.
Yeah, the vulnerable part. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because vulnerable means to me something different than it means to somebody else. If I'm vulnerable, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to be mad.
Right.
So and then that gets me into trouble. So
Yeah.
Do you think it's like seen as a weakness? for men?
I think it has been bred to us to be a weakness, but I don't think it is. Like I feel a better connection to my wife when I am vulnerable. So, and I feel a better connection to my kids when I'm vulnerable. To where, you know, unfortunately, in our past, we didn't have a good relationship with our fathers or grandfathers for the most part because we didn't know who they were.
I wonder how much of it.
Haven't we talked about that so many times before that we don't know who our dads are? It's like, you know, they're this person that provides for us and makes us feel safe and scares the shit out of us at times, but we don't really know them.
When that man took his glasses off and rubbed his forehead like this, it was all on crack. Like, it was over. Like
He was done. There's no more talking.
There's no more talking. Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk yourself into a whooping.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
Right.
Say less.
Literally.
But
So they say that children with present fathers are less likely to struggle with depression and substance abuse. And I think you think that kind of goes both ways. When the father is present, not only do the children benefit from it, but he benefits from it as well because he's less likely to go down a path that pulls him away if he finds himself there more often.
Well, I will put it in perspective. I had a father that was in my life all the time, and granted, we didn't have a good relationship because he's a different kind of guy, but he's hard to understand. But I still ended up the same troubles as somebody that didn't have anybody.
Exactly.
So it depends on
it
the
depends
presence.
on the person, really. It depends on, like Jeremiah. Jeremiah's a young kid, has it going on. I was 19 years old and couldn't think of nothing but the next woman.
Right.
Like, I had no thoughts on my future. No. So some kids just have it going on, and some people need more structure.
And sometimes they have it going. Sometimes they have it going on when they're young, but later they lose their shit.
Yeah.
So they're married, been married for 20 years, got 2 or 3 kids, great job, and they throw it all in the trash can because they have an affair.
Such a good point.
Yeah.
Yours
So-
was such a good point too, though. Did you hear that? It depends on the presence.
It does.
It doesn't matter if the presence is there as much as what kind of presence was it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like we didn't have an open line of communication to where I can talk to him about my problems. I could talk to him about how I was feeling. Just talking to him, period, was, you know, I would rather not.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a generational thing. Like, I feel like we're from that generation when we were not meant to be heard.
Because your daddy was like that.
Yeah.
My daddy was like
Shut
that.
up.
Mine-
That's it, right?
Right.
Was seen
It
and
wasn't
not heard.
Nobody wasn't.
Exactly.
I don't know the last time my parents were like, honey, how are you feeling?
Well, your
today?
feelings didn't matter.
No.
And, you know, facts don't lie.
What are
feelings don't
feelings?
matter. That's how they felt.
What are
It
feelings?
just, I don't know. Maybe that is like generational, right? Maybe that's how that's the
That's how they're
household
bred.
they were raised in, right? And so we only know what we know until we figure something else out. Like I only knew how to parent my kids, how I saw my parents do it until I was like, wait, that's not right.
right.
Not right for me. So I have to do it different, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't break that chain,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
then, you know, then I'm parenting my kids like my kids, like my parents
Because it's
parented
all of our
me
first
and-
time.
Yeah. So my kid,
Right.
like my kids now are parents, and they'll think twice before running around beating their little kid's ass around the living room. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
But they'll also think twice before letting them get away with something too, because they know how imperative
Right.
certain discipline or guidance was. So
Right.
I don't know. It just
But everybody has the opportunity to screw it all up themselves.
And
We all
that's-
have that
that's the thing
opportunity.
is-
100%.
And, you know, because like your kids, you know, had a good example of a parent that listens and loves and puts them first. And, you know, you had parents that did none of that.
Right.
And we all have an opportunity, good, bad, ugly. It's what we do with
Right.
it.
for
Right.
sure.
Agreed. I'm one of those people. I could cop to it right now. Like that I'm
Yeah.
one of the people that could have definitely been, gone down that path.
I think maybe you get to this age and it's like, now I get to watch my kids be parents and how different they handle things, or, you know, how they discipline, you know, and then it just grows, you know.
I feel
from
like we
there.
improved the mold that we thought we were
Right.
improving. Now they're going to improve that mold, and then their
Right.
kids are going to
So
improve
it just
that
gets
one.
better down the line.
That's what we
instead
hope
of-
for,
Amen.
right?
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for.
Do you think that's what happens, Luke?
Well, you know, Yeah, I think that's what happens. You guys have a different perspective though than I do as well, because you guys have had your children in your life the whole time. So I made bad decisions for a long period of time that cost me time with my children and cost me the ability to be that type of father that I wanted to be. So I'm constantly playing makeup now and trying to catch up and trying to understand how they think as adults, and try to dance around this fact that I missed 8 years of their life because I was an idiot.
How old are your children?
I have 7 of them. I have 1 stepson, so I have 6 mine and 1 stepson, and they're all. This will be.
This
fun.
is the fun
Let's
game.
do it.
This is the memory game. Let's
Come on.
go.
I hope the kids are listening. They're going to be like,
If it makes you feel any
do
better,
it?
I never know the age of my children.
No.
I go, can they drink? Can they not drink? That's all I know.
They're lucky if I remember their names. So
Sometimes it's good if you don't remember their name.
no, this is just embarrassing. So I have 3 of them that are.
This is just embarrassing.
I have 3 of them that are 22, and then I have.
That was a busy
Well,
year.
So we're just gonna keep
got
going.
around. He got around.
That was a busy year.
We'll wait till the end for all the questions.
Look at that year.
This is the peanut gallery.
I got three that are 22, and then I got 1 that is 19, then I got 2 of them that are 17, and then I got my stepson that is 14.
Nice.
How many did I count right there? And then I got
That's a lot of boys.
Yeah, so I got 2 girls, and the rest are boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was a. They're all like the 22-year-olds. They're all like a month apart from each other.
That says a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well, we know that Luke loves women. We know that.
Oh, do we?
That is,
So I
Is that a
didn't
Luke
drink.
thing?
I
That
didn't
is
drink
true.
in high school. I didn't.
You
grow
women.
up. I didn't.
You
I
womened in high school
He
instead.
women.
Yeah.
He majored
I
in
told you,
woman.
I was listening to Marvin Gaye. I wrote all that down.
It really was Stacy's
Yeah.
mom, wasn't it?
Stacy's mom, Stacy's cousin.
The teachers,
Stacy's sister.
Unfortunately, I had real low self-esteem, and I looked for it in anything that I could.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And that's
Do you think your testimony, not to get off subject here, but do you think your testimony is going to speak volumes for your boys?
I know it does for my oldest son.
Yeah, already.
Yeah,
huh?
because my oldest son was, he's the oldest, so he rode with me through it all. So he was in the back of the seat. All the other little ones, they saw the aftermath of
Our poor first kid.
the poor. That's what he says. He tells the little ones all the time, like, I don't want to hear it. You don't even know nothing. Like you don't know how hard it was. Like Dad
Right.
had it good. Dad was trying. Don't
Right.
He tells them, and it's funny because he does say that he won't ever have a problem with child support or any kind of those issues.
Good.
Yeah, because
He'll make better decisions then, huh?
I live by example of what not to do.
Good.
Yeah, he sees my paychecks, and I make sure I show him because my dad never did. And I know you guys have talked about this in your old podcast, how your parents were very shy, or not shy, but kept things close to the chest. My dad was the same way. He used to tell me how much he paid in taxes, and he would show me the number, but he would cover the other numbers and just show me what he had to pay.
Wow.
So unfair.
That's pretty profound. I got to say that the thing we do talk a lot about, though, is who you choose as to co-parent with.
Yeah.
Regardless if you, because a lot of people are like, a divorce
Well,
hurts
when you've
kids,
got
and it
7
does.
kids in a
But
little tiny town, and you can't co-parent. Like, there's no.
well, you have to try the best that you can.
Two of those kids are cousins, but they're not my cousins.
Oh gosh! Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. Look at Gina's face.
I love that he clarified it for us.
Immediately.
my
No,
cousins.
immediately.
Like, we drop off at the sheriff's department because there's issues. Like, there's no-
Some serious.
But you worked it out.
That's too good.
You figured
That is
it out.
too good.
But you
it
would
was
still
rough.
say that it is important. That part is
100%,
important.
100%.
Like if you could pick anything, then pick a good person to raise your kids with.
I tell you what, my wife I have now, if I can go back in time, I would do it all again with her because she's night and day from what I've been used to.
Right.
Night and day.
Yeah. So waiting isn't always a bad thing. But anyway.
So what kind of pressures do you think, like, what do you, as a man, in like work, relationships, fatherhood? Like what kind of pressure do you feel?
Well, as a man, the pressure to work obviously is always the forefront. You know, you have to be able to provide for your family, which is right now for me looks very different than what I'm used to. I'm used to working all the time, and but right now I'm actually not working, and I'm the stay-at-home parent.
You're the Bob.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it.
I like that too. That
hope
actually
you're
goes
good at
over
it.
very
That's
well.
work.
I hope you're killing it. Are you
right?
knocking it out of the park?
I am excellent.
I love
at
it.
and
I
I'm
love
not
this.
even bragging, but I don't know why.
I think a lot of dads are good at that.
Yeah, I think they can be for sure.
Growing up, my mom always complained about how you don't I slave around here all day, and you don't do nothing.
But kids listen to their dads differently than they
I
listen to
work
their
like
moms.
an hour a day. I sweep, mop, make the dinners, and I'm watching soap operas.
Oh my gosh, she's so happy.
General Hospital reruns.
And she's so stoked for you to have that
she
stuff
comes
done that she's
home
so
and
grateful.
I'm
Yeah.
like rose petals in the flower in the bathtubs for her.
Wow.
Sir, you should
good.
write a book.
Yeah, I'm good.
Wow, I love it.
Good.
So good question on this then. Do you think society actually supports your role?
The newer generation does, absolutely. But, I just had dinner with my father like a couple days ago, and he adamantly told me 15 times. So you hear anything about a job? You going to get a job?
This is my job.
When are you going to get a job?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
well, you got to work. You got to put money in your Social Security. I'm like, Dad, I've been working since I was 12 years old.
Right.
Like for you know how much I put in Social Security.
Right.
I'm good. My wife's got a great job right now. We're doing great. My stepson needs extra attention, so
Yeah.
we're good. We're there. And he just kept on. And I'm like, finally, I just texted my mom. I was like, will you tell him to get off my back?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
leave
I've
me
got
alone.
it.
Let me breathe.
I've
Yeah.
got it. It's
We're
all
fine.
Let me
good.
breathe.
Yeah, we're fine.
It sounds like you guys have got it figured out. You have the dynamics right in the house. The kids are learning how it's supposed to be ran or how it can be ran.
Yeah.
And to me, that means that they're not stuck.
Well, when
If
we
they
were
ever
both
reach that.
working, the kids were running the house, and
Yeah,
we
right.
were coming
That's how
home
it is.
to an asylum.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
literally how it is. When
Yeah.
both
With
people are
every other
working.
with every other woman or parents, kids issues with their kids going on in my house because of what they've picked up from school, and then no one was here to receive it and tell them no because you know what I mean. We were all working, and I bet it was a big difference when you guys were at home and someone could actually intercept
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and be like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Now it's did you get your homework done? What do you mean you don't have homework?
Yeah.
I'm like,
You can't footwork anybody now.
No, listen. I know you have homework.
Right. We're also not going to Buddy's house
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
Right.
no.
So
You're not
I always
doing any
say
of
that the worst kids make the best parents.
Yeah.
Like I swear by that.
Oh yeah.
Because we don't put up with any bullshit. Because we know we
You
pulled it
say
all.
we because you were one of the worst kids. Is that
Oh
what you're
yeah, obviously.
saying?
Do we know each other?
I'm curious if you considered that. I didn't think
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a good one. You got to have a bad one, right? It's
Yeah.
like, I knew all the bullet, and that's why I was super strict. My kids talk about it all the time. At the time they hated me because I was so strict, but
It
I
worked
knew what they were going to
out,
do.
though.
I
Look
didn't
what
let my
happened.
girls tie up their shirts in the back, and
That was
know.
Greg. Greg used to go, Victoria would say, Victoria, if you ever listen to this is hilarious. She'd be like, hey, so I'm going to go hang out with my friends. And he's like, what are you going to do? And she's like, well, we're going to go sit out in the front yard of her own friend's house. And he was like, no, we're not going to sit in the front yard while boys ride around on their bikes. And
take ganders.
this is how it all starts.
Yep.
And this is, no, why don't you go do something? Go play basketball, go have a plan, but we're not.
independently
Yes.
succeed on your own where you don't need a man.
We don't need any of this. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I didn't allow sleepovers because I had so many friends that were sexually abused at
We
sleepovers.
didn't either.
And,
funny.
I didn't care, and that's really hard when you have a young girl and all of her friends are going over for a sleepover and you're the one parent saying no. And then their parent is calling you like, oh, like, don't you trust us? Hey, it's not about you. It might be about
Right.
Tommy down the street
Yeah.
Or your
or
uncle
whoever.
that stops by.
But you know what? That's our personal family decision. She'll
Yeah.
be there for the cake. She'll give a gift. She'll
Absolutely.
hang out for a little while, but she's not sleeping at that house or any other house for that
What's
matter.
worse is when you have boys and you still have that rule. Because to me, boys are just as susceptible to things
They are.
happening. In fact, more
It's just
so,
not
I think,
talked
because because most of the time they don't say anything. Girls don't say anything,
Well,
but
because
boys
it's
definitely
demasculating.
don't.
If a man says that he was sexually abused, he feels like it's a demasculating thing.
So we did that too. We were like, sure, they could stay over here. I know that doesn't sound right, but we don't allow sleepovers.
I didn't allow anybody to sleep over at our house either, because I
15.
knew that it was like, it's not fair, right? And I was across the boards. No one sleeps over anywhere. And it's no offense to any family or anything. It's just not going to happen. They stay at their grandma's house and that's it.
It wasn't usually reciprocated. They didn't usually stay, which to us was great because we didn't want the liability either.
You guys are great parents. By the fourth kid, I was like, go play in the street. I don't know what you're doing.
Wait a minute. Wait till traffic's up. Traffic's up at 5. Go play now.
Whose child is this? Why are they swinging
Go
on the
away.
I could not. Yeah.
Well, with like 20 of them,
I know, right?
Can't keep track.
With the 17, 22-year-olds.
Don't you have a job yet?
Oh my
or
God.
One of them's going to make it to the NFL. I guess.
you gotta live off of someone, right?
Golden ticket somewhere.
So one of the things that we talk about a fair amount is feminism. So, we have our take on what we think about feminism. But we want to see it from like your lens.
Oh Lord, you're going to get me canceled.
No,
We actually probably agree with you.
We definitely agree with you, probably.
Yeah.
You know what? I am all for like feminism, like equal pay for equal rights.
Yeah, sure. How do you see feminism? What does it mean to you when someone says feminism?
What is your definition?
And what's the first thing that pops in your mind when somebody says feminism?
Lesbians.
Right?
That's what everyone
He's not
says.
wrong.
That's what everyone says.
That's how it's portrayed right now.
Yeah.
Right. Which obviously that's not the movement. It shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be.
So the movement is like the all the women come together. We're the Marvel superheroes. And,
Heck yeah, super
and have
moms and super wives.
I'm down for that. I don't have no problem.
Because it would be weird if you weren't.
He was,
right?
he was down for the lesbians too, though. I saw
He's
it in
all,
his face.
Go mamas. Yeah, right.
He said, "Go girls, get it."
That's how most of my dreams start.
One chicken wow. Ow, Stacy's mom.
Yeah. So I don't really have an opinion on it. It doesn't affect me because I don't allow it to affect me.
There we go.
So it is what it is. If you just say that feminism is a thing, and I'm like, okay, it's a thing.
It's a thing. Cool
Yay.
for you. Cool for you.
Yay. But I still have to help you get everything off the top shelf.
This is true, right?
So how is it equal pay for equal rights? You can't pick up the keg.
I have a
have to lift the
question.
keg and put it in the beer thing.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's
So,
true.
how do you think, from a man's point of view, if you could like give a little key to us women, how can women support? And this is like a mom of boys talking right now. How can women support boys? Now, how can women support men in this endeavor for them to protect and to support their families? And what position can they take to make things easier? You know what I mean? So it's not a competition or a battlefield. It's where they actually complement each other. Like, where is it for you? Where's the balance? And what would you suggest that works?
Well, the only thing I can take from that is my own personal experience. My mother trained me to be a good man. So if you can train your boys to be a good man, all that other stuff's going to fall in line.
Yeah.
When you honor your wife, you honor your mother, you honor God, all those things will all fall in line. And that's just what it is. There's nothing else to it. My mom taught me to, be good to my wife, be good. How you're going to treat your mother is how you're going to treat your wife. And that's what you could tell them is how they treat your mothers. And my wife sees how I treat my mother. And she noticed that. And that was a selling point in our relationship.
Right.
So those are those little things that you can do that you don't even know that you're doing it. But later on when they're 45 and they hold the door open for their wife and then they get the door open for you too, you're like, I did
Daddy.
that.
Yeah,
I did
right.
that,
Yeah.
Right. So we could go like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, that's like a mic drop. It's like a mic drop, a Luke mic drop right there. Like right there. It's like conversation over.
Yeah. And that's
a good piece of advice.
That's what I would do.
So let's talk about like women in your life who have shown strength
Okay.
to you during your life,
Okay.
besides Monica.
Well, that would be one right there. Absolutely. But definitely my Aunt Mo. And then My mother, of course, and my wife. My wife has shown me a side of strength that I didn't even know was possible. So when I met my wife, I had just gotten out of prison, and I was old, toothless, fat, and just, I thought it was over. I moved to a town where I knew no one. My parents moved me there on purpose because I knew no one, and told me to start a new life at 40-something years old. And I started going to meetings, because you live in a sober living environment when you get out, and you got to do 90 meetings in 90 days. So I started going to meetings, and I met this woman there. And you're not supposed to date when you go to meetings because it's supposed to be about you.
Side note.
Yeah.
Side note. Yeah, right.
But also another side note is I knew I didn't have a drug problem. I had a violence problem. So I went to a sober living environment, not drinking. I don't do drugs. I just have a bad temper. And because I think with my little head, it tends to put me in situations where my temper will come out. So that being said, I didn't have a drug problem, so I was there trying to see what was up with somebody.
Is a temper and a woman problem?
I was all 17, 22-year-olds.
I mean, just saying.
So yeah, I was trying to see what was going on.
Hey, what's going on?
So I said hi to her. We got to talking and stuff. And anyways, long story short, we got together and started dating. I was under the impression that she was completely sober. Come to find out, she wasn't. I helped her fight that battle, which was very, very hard for her. She overcame everything, and she was bad, like very, very bad. So, like rainy days would make her want to use drugs.
Right.
So you can imagine living in Santa Rosa where it's raining all the time. It was hard. She overcame that, and to watch her get her kid back. Like I helped her get a house. We helped her get her kid back. She got sober. She got a job. To watch her develop from being someone that lived on the streets to not caring about anything but the next fix, to being selfish, to watch her become selfless in life, to give nothing but love and affection to her entire family. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
To watch her overcome that and to not even have a struggle to where, she never relapse. She don't. Like, once I set it down, like, look, if this is what you want and you want your son, I can help provide that for you and I can give you an out. But you have to go through that door yourself. Once you go through that door, you can't go back out. I'm not playing this game. Like, we're not doing this. Oh, it's a disease. I relapsed. I'm so sorry. No, it's a choice. I chose to use, and I chose to get better. And I told her that if you want to do this, you have to choose right now. And she chose.
Right.
And she hasn't looked back. And now this woman is a manager at a U-Haul. She makes $37 an hour.
Wow.
Works 6
Can we get
days
an
a
applause for
Yeah.
that? Seriously, woo! We love our women that are like that actually like rise from the ashes that way.
Yeah.
Their
And-
testimony
yeah.
moves other women to do the
Yeah.
same.
And then she's also changing me to a point too where I grew up, like I said before, in kind of a violent home to where we expressed our feelings with anger and violence. And now she is a parent and she is the opposite of what I am. So I'm very Italian, hands-on, very aggressive. She is the gentle parent that I've never even associated. I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought that was like a liberal kind of like, I thought it was a scapegoat for communism. I don't know.
There's definitely a right way to do gentle parenting.
Yeah, so
there's a
she's
line.
teaching me this gentle parenting things, and it's working because our stepson, when he was little, had huge temper problems like you see on TikTok where those little kids are just going crazy, and you're like,
Yeah.
somebody grab that child. Hit the child. Somebody hit the child. I don't know whose child it is, but he needs to be hit.
Yeah.
You know those little kids?
It's usually not the
seen 'em
answer.
around.
They
Yeah,
just
right.
crowbars and they smash the windows that don't
yeah,
even
right.
belong to
Somebody
them.
needs to beat that kid.
Somebody needs to beat that. That was this child.
It's usually a diagnosis
So
of some
my
sort.
stepson was this child, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with him. You better get him. Like, I don't know.
Handle this.
My expertise is put hands on him until he doesn't do that no more. So teach me a new way. So she said, okay, well, I'm going to teach you a new way. So she did. We are communicating now.
Yeah, but can we talk about the fact that you're even willing to accept the fact that
Yeah.
try her
I
way?
I wasn't at first.
Because most men wouldn't.
No.
But you were the fact that you were even willing to try her way.
if he was 100% my kid, I wouldn't be, no way.
Right.
No way. No,
Did it
looking
work?
for an
Did it work
ass
though?
whooping.
But it did work because it's her kid. So she understands how she wanted to be raised.
Right.
So she's raising him how she wanted to be raised. And I raised my kids how I wanted to be raised.
Yeah.
And that's, you take what your parents taught you and then you twist it and then you make it into your own.
And you force it
And you-
into
yeah.
the square peg hole.
Exactly. But it's amazing to watch them communicate and be able to talk. And now he doesn't throw fits. He actually communicates with us.
So the tools are working.
The tools are working. He helps out around the house now. He's doing great in school. So he was going to a special school that helped with his anger issues and stuff like that. And now he's going to be going to a full-on regular high school.
Oh, wow.
So he's going from
It's a big move.
He's merging.
huge
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
So now he's going to be able to play sports, and
That's
he's going to
awesome.
be able to like.
He's a big boy too. So yeah.
He's 14. He's 6'3".
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
that's awesome. Yeah.
A little half black, half Samoan kid.
Oh my
I don't know what he is.
gosh.
I know he's half black, half Mexican, something like that. I call him my blind side. That's my last shot. That's my last shot. I keep throwing things at him at like fast paces, hoping he's going to catch it.
Hoping we're gonna make the big leagues.
Yeah, right. The scout's going to be
He
here.
just keeps hitting him in the face. He's like, will you stop throwing things at me? I'm like,
Catch the ball.
I'm just trying to see what you're good at, bud.
He's gonna tell his kids that we don't play sports in this family because of the parenting that I received. We're gonna try this new thing called no sports.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
That's funny.
Well, speaking of parenting, let's talk about raising daughters.
Yeah.
How do we raise them? How do you, as a man, raise a daughter to have strength, independence, and respect for everyone?
Okay.
Like to prepare for her future, right?
I don't know. I remember
I'm still trying to figure this
This is
Does
your question.
anybody out there
We're just
have the
hoping you have an
answer?
answer for us. We have grown daughters, and we're just praying.
We're all waiting.
I'm going to buy the book.
from the
Whatever book
moment
you're
she
writing.
was
Hold
born,
on. We're all taking out our pens.
yeah, from the moment she was born, my whole goal was to keep her off the pole. That was it. I just wanted
Right?
not to strip. That's all
Yeah,
I
right.
wanted her to do.
Just
that's-
honor your body.
Hey, at least you know your goals.
Yeah,
At least you know the goals.
Well, if you can get them to honor their body, that's like the
Yeah, but then there's your fine line between love your body, honor your body, and
It's
let me show you
true.
everything of my body. and
yeah,
now I'm
because I
good.
love
so
my body
true.
so much.
Yeah, I love my body. Now,
right.
now you're
and then
Lizzo
some
with-
people are a little overconfident, a little overzealous. I'm like, probably shouldn't have worn that bikini today.
That hasn't fit you since the sixth grade. Put it up.
Yeah, right.
My daughter, I tried to teach her that she didn't need a man, and just basically 100%.
So you're raising lesbians. This is awesome.
These all, if it meant that I didn't have to give them away to
Me and her
men, then
brother
yes.
talk about it all the time.
Luke is a feminist.
Me and her brother. Me and my son. We talk about it all the time. How we wanted Liana to grow up to be lesbian, so we didn't have no problems. We didn't have to worry about that.
Would it make our lives easier?
She's gonna mate for life. It's all
What are we
good.
gonna do? Hit a woman?
Yeah.
So we can't beat up the woman.
Yeah, well,
That's the jury's still out. What
Well,
did the
there's no
women do?
witnesses, no.
Yeah, right. Did they hit first?
just kidding, Your Honor. I've changed.
I am a changed
I
man.
have been rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated.
I no longer feel this.
I don't know. Everything I did didn't work, so I don't know.
Crazy because everything I thought would work worked. I'm just joking.
See,
Nothing
I think you
worked.
have wonderful daughters. So.
I do.
I mean,
Does he?
Yes, he has great kids.
Yeah. I do.
That's the funny thing. He takes shots, on things on himself,
Yeah.
but he actually is a good father, and he really is.
They came out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're not all right. They're great.
Look at the smile on his face while he's talking. He's smiling while he's talking about you guys.
Yeah. Fuckers.
Could you give us like maybe a funny or heartfelt moment with one of your kids, or one of the 20 that you have?
One of those 793.
I have a lot of them. Gosh, I can't even think of them. None of them that I would be proud of.
Okay.
No, sometimes it's not.
It's just funny.
Yeah,
like-
it's still funny.
So those things that you think are cool when you're young,
Yeah.
and then you didn't even know that they were paying attention, and then now you're a little older, and my son's older, and now he's a man, and he starts doing things that I thought was cool back then that I know is not cool now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, can you stop flipping that guy off in the
Oh my
freeway?
gosh.
Like, bro, I know you're 300 pounds and you're 6'4" and everything, and you're tough, but like, can you just stop?
They're
Yeah.
flipping everybody off right now.
Or-
It's like such a
Or like, he got into an altercation at the fair a little while ago, and some hands were thrown, and he got away, and everything was fine. He handled his business.
Sure.
He stood on business and he handled it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God. He's
Don't
like-
do that.
He's like, what are you talking about? Telling me not to do that.
he's all,
What would
weren't you
you
the
have done?
king of this? Yeah, right.
And then he said, bro, they were saying my name like it was nothing. Oh no.
Not your name.
No.
Anything but your
There is
name.
anything but that.
Those are those little moments that I'm like, they're funny to me, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah, oh man, if I could take that back, I wouldn't have taught him that. Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Those little eye-opening
Your
things.
your
of
name
maturity.
isn't worth
Yeah.
that much,
Yeah.
but just
Yeah.
walk away. It's all
Yeah.
right.
The eyes of maturity have opened now that I'm older, and I see those things those little tiny mistakes that I made in parenting
Yeah.
that I hope I can fix. So now when he did do that and I saw that, I talked to my wife about it, and God, I wish I didn't teach him that I wish I didn't act like that when I was younger, and I didn't, because they look up to you like
They're
you're
like
the
monkey
hero.
see, monkey do.
Monkey
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
monkey
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Parrot.
So when
this.
I pull a
100%.
guy over on the road and have road rage and pull him out of his car, my son sees that, and then
Yeah.
he thinks that's cool.
I have one of those. I have a
Yeah.
Marine husband. He'll follow you right off that freeway.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
at least he would have back in the day.
Yeah, but we're all reformed now.
Yeah.
You know?
Or old.
There was
We're
quotation
reformed
marks.
bad
There was
boys.
quotation marks that just took place.
He said I could throw my back out if I do that
That's
now.
what Craig says. He does say
I
that.
tell my
have to
oldest
be
son
careful.
that I still got one left. I
He's-
still got
mine
one.
always
I got
says-
one good one left.
Mine always says the fight's never going to be pretty.
Yeah.
I was going to do whatever I can to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's just going to be very
So,
go for the jugular.
it's hit and miss with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those things that you can't even name a moment, because when that moment comes, it goes away again. But you had it right there.
You knew.
You knew.
You're like, damn.
So
I've had a lot of
in
those.
about 3 months, I'll have another moment, and I'll be like, hey, I'll write you. And I'll be like, hey, Mo. I just had a
Funny you
moment.
say that
I
because
just had a moment right now.
I was reading that whole story, that article that Mia Friedman put out, that she said that having a son is like the biggest heartbreak in the world. But one of the reasons is because I think women girls are the same way, but you're saying constantly, you don't know when it's happening, but you're constantly saying goodbye to chapters of them.
Yeah.
And you're kind of talking about those chapters of, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
like, how do I handle this? Because
in
that wasn't right.
in a blink of an eye, it's over. And I you guys say, I got 3 of them that are 22, but my one oldest, Skylar, his name Skylar Bug. He didn't grow up with me, so he grew up with my dad and his mom, and he's a little different than all the other ones, but at the same time, he's so much like me that it's a trip, because he didn't have me growing up at all, really. But now he runs the pizza factory, and he's literally me. and he takes orders from my dad. My dad calls him like 15
That
times
stuff's
a
in the
day.
blood. Yeah, right.
And it's funny. So now he's older and we can talk and have that little tiny connection
Right.
to where we've lost, and it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that.
Isn't our relationship so different as our kids become adults?
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very much different.
Like there's things I like about it, and then of course you miss them being children.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think is the best and the worst thing about your kids becoming adults?
The 14s.
Yeah.
From like 12 to 15.
Right.
That's the worst.
That's the worst
Really?
stage for you.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
boys too, you
I
think?
would send them off and
Dude, ours was
I
like
can't
16 to 25.
like when they just come in and the
She said, and
skibbity
counting.
Yeah,
And
right.
counting.
Plus.
telling me what Riz is, and get out of here.
Riz is.
Skippity and all
You
that
should know
other
all
stuff.
about Riz, Luke. You have 17, 22-year-olds,
I
remember?
know that.
Yeah, you got some Riz, bro.
That's what I told him. He tried to tell me what the Riz was. I was like, you mean Motzi?
Motzi.
And he's like,
Look
no.
at she knows what that is too.
I'm like, oh,
That's great.
you just changed the words. Say a word.
Okay, so we've reached the part of the episode where we're going to ask you some questions. And these are questions that we're going to ask all of our guests this season. And then we're going to kind of run them all together later.
Okay.
You should give them one free pass.
One free pass?
Just one.
Just one?
Ask 5 questions, you can pass on one.
Okay, that's kind of fun. Okay.
Right?
So I'm going to do them out of order, Miss Andy, if
Was
that's
this
okay.
like Family Feud?
Kinda.
Hit the buzzer.
Sorta,
Hit the
Luke,
buzzer.
sorta.
All right.
Without the cash prizes.
Oh, dang it.
Darn.
What's something that you've unlearned and what showed up in its place?
Well, I used to have a lot of confidence, but my confidence was unwarranted. So what showed up in its place was humility.
Excellent.
Ooh, that was a
Okay.
good one.
Best answer I have ever heard.
So
I
this
like
is
that.
why we don't
Best
give him
answer.
the questions in advance, because that to me is not something he could have even
God,
thought
that
of
is
like
so
that. That was so
great.
profound.
Yeah.
It was great.
Amazing.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Yeah, A+. Okay.
That'll be sold on my digital book. $4.99.
Amazon.
Etsy.
What moment or truth that keeps coming up and interrupting your life in a good way?
What moment of truth?
Yeah, what moment or truth?
Yeah, like something that keeps coming up and showing its head to you. Like, man.
Love.
There you go.
Ooh.
God, that was great.
How? I want to know how though.
Love through my wife and through the Lord. Like I see the Lord working in my life daily. And,
I heard you
and
earlier.
I see the Lord working in my wife's life and our love growing on a daily basis.
Amen.
So that.
It's crazy big
Yeah,
too,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you take a second to actually slow down and look for him,
He's there.
he's everywhere.
Or even place him in the center.
Yeah,
Just do
everywhere,
that part.
everywhere. Like so like I said before, I was on unemployment and I just gave it up to him, and I'll go wherever you want me to go. And right now he doesn't want me to go nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And I'm actually shining in this new position in life that I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I think this is where he wants me to
It
be.
must be what you need right now.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so cool when you ask him to show up bold like that and he does, and you know that you're
Yeah.
making the right decision.
Yeah. And even when he doesn't show up, that's still him showing up.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You know, and that's
No
Unanswered
answer is an
prayers.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unanswered prayers.
Yeah,
unanswered
right.
prayers.
Amen.
That was a good one.
If you had 30 seconds on a mic to reach the people who need it most, what would you say?
Depends on who needed it the most.
We'll
Yeah.
talk to your demographic. And it can take as much time as you want. You don't really have 30 seconds.
Well, I need a computer to look up demographic.
Just your crowd of people.
My local
my
White
area.
40-year-olds.
Yes.
No.
You mean a jury?
A jury of your peers. If
Jury
you
of my
had to
peers,
talk
yeah.
for 30
But it
seconds.
Not
could be,
guilty. Okay.
but it could be the young men that are your boys' age. Like if you could tell them something before they get to this point,
Absolutely. Okay, I got
kind of thing.
you. Everything that your parents told you to do with your life is 100% right. It's not that they're old. It's not because they don't know what they're talking about, or it's because you're stubborn. You don't want to listen. And
Can you
you're-
say that louder for the people in the
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
For the way in the back.
Yeah,
For,
way in
for
the
the
back.
kids way in the back, you're idiots.
Yeah.
You're idiots.
And we
and
all
I was an idiot
Word.
too.
Yeah, totally.
I have no idea how many times he told me, you know, because I worked at a young age and had a job at a young age where I was making income and money, to where kids my age weren't making money. They had allowances. He told me, put that up. You're going to want to save some of that. Oh, no way. You don't know what you're talking about. It comes in here every
But
week.
there's
What are you
these
talking
four
about?
wheels over here.
Yeah. Well, that costs a lot of money, and then you save up for those four wheels, and then all of a sudden insurance costs a lot of money, and then you got to get tires, and then you got to, you know, it's constant all the time. Do your homework, like put effort into your school. It's not a party. You're not there to have fun and make friends. None of those friends will give a rat's ass about you after high school.
They won't be paying your bills.
Nobody wrote me when I was in prison.
Right?
You know who wrote me? My mom. My mom was the only person that wrote me. I grew up in a town with 1,500 people. Every single one of them came every Friday to the pizza factory. Hey, Luke, you got a hookup? Hey, Luke, man, let me get some pizza. Hey, bro, I'm short on rent, man. You need to help me out? You know how many times I helped him out? All the time. All the time. I was that guy. And then when it came time, show me a little love, there was nobody. My mom. That was it.
Right.
So I took that and said, no, I'm good. And I learned that the hard way. I don't want my kids to learn that the hard way. And they're going to.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Right.
that's just how it is. That you're going to have to learn that the hard way.
I will say, as a mom, though, hearing you say that, there's nothing more validating and more reassuring as a mom to hear their son say something out loud like that, because we spend a lot of time we want to be heard, and it's not because we feel like we're right. It's just that we're like trying to protect you from something, and we're like, just listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to hear you say this or whatever makes us kind of go, oh gosh.
Feels
so
better.
they will eventually get it. You
Yeah.
know, like they will hear.
You know, and if I was a parent that had the means to be able to help them get that, I would have done that. I would have made them put a little bit away, make them, hey, you know what? That's going over here. You're gonna hate me right now, and you're gonna want
You
that
would have been more
Xbox,
controlling?
But 100%,
Yeah.
100%, because I would have set them up for their future. Like you see a lot of these rich kids, like the Kardashians or something. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Okay, but I understand. At the same point, their mom is a hustler,
Hustler.
Seriously.
right? So
Yeah.
that mom went out and hustled their name. Now you got perfume, you got clothing, you got everything.
Makeup.
Makeup. Now you're making money while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
They understand multiple streams of income.
Yeah, and that's what I would want my kids to learn to do, to where we didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I started. My dad said, "Go to college or get a job. What are you going to do?" And I wanted to go to college. That didn't work out. I ended up going to jail, and so then I got to work. Well, now you're making $4.75 an hour, and you know you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm stuck, and then I came from a life of wealth per se, to being 19 years old, to being like, you know, I lived on a couch in Ripon
Yeah.
for my Uncle Bob for a minute, and I had no idea what I was doing. I shouldn't, knowing what I know now, I set myself up for failure by moving into Uncle Bob's apartment, because
Because you should have suffered.
I had no idea what it took to be out in the world, to be on my own. Like I would be so lonely in that apartment that I would drive 2 hours to Mariposa just so I could talk to my friends.
But you still took the effort to do it, in a sense.
I did that because that's what I felt like I had to do.
Right.
But I wouldn't have done that knowing now. I wouldn't have put my uncle through that. I wouldn't have put my family through that, knowing that I was just going to fail. And that's what I don't
What
want
would you
my
have done instead, do you think? I mean, just a shot in the dark. I know that's kind of a broad question. 'Cause
Well,
who knows,
honestly,
but
I would have.
was it long suffering type thing? Would you have
I
just
would have
taken
failed
it?
on my own without involving them. Because
So you would have long suffered it out.
I
then.
think I would have, yeah, because I was stubborn, and it took me a long time to really get things together. I didn't have anything together until probably like 4 or 5 years ago. once I got out of prison, that's when it started to where I was like, you don't have much time left.
Right.
Like you got like 20 years left and you're supposed to be retired. Like you have $200 in your pocket. What are you going to do?
But prison or not, I feel like all of us, it seems like we've all waited until a certain age to really do that last bit of growth that we really needed. Do you feel that way too? Kind of like I didn't learn this in my 20s and in my 30s. I waited until the end of my 40s.
I think a lot of
and
us
in
have,
my
yeah.
50s to really take
I think
those
I'm
steps.
always learning. I think it's like, I just want to be a better me tomorrow, than I am today. Every day I see my failures.
And I don't think we have the capacity at 19 years old to foresee what it feels like to be this age, right? I think that there's stages that we have to use and grow and use and grow. I struggle so much watching Maddie.
Right.
And thinking, God, that was me.
Right.
And what did my mom see?
And what could they have possibly said to us that would have mattered at the time?
And I have to remind Maddie all the time, like, you might feel like I'm taking jabs, right? But I'm not. It's because I know. I lived it. You're literally living my life.
We're desperately rescuing.
I'm just
is what we're
trying to
doing.
teach you so that you don't keep following it. You're supposed to be better than me, right?
Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
It's the
That's
truth,
my
but it's the
goal.
truth. That's all of our goal for our
Right.
kids.
But
Just
she
a
does
little
not
bit
have,
better than we
But
had
all
to
she's
do.
hearing is, this is my life. It's
Yeah,
not
she
your
doesn't
life. We're not
have-
the same people.
she doesn't have the capacity.
Yeah.
Would I have understood my mother?
No.
Right. And I think if
Did
my daughter,
you understand
so my
your
daughter, just had a baby. He's 6 months old. She's just turned 18. So she ran away from home. I ran away from home, got pregnant. She got pregnant. Like she's literally like every footstep I take, she's like, oh, I like that footstep too.
But
Right?
Gina's done everything to avoid that. Like
Yeah.
she's
I have.
really done everything to try to keep that
But
from
it
happening.
happened anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Laws of attraction.
Yeah. So every time I'm like, no, it's because I fucking know.
Right.
Like
Squirt with the
in
word.
my
Yeah.
soul, I know.
Stop.
You need to be better than me. That's why you're here, right? Is to be better than me.
Well, it's always been that we
Not the
didn't
same
have
as
someone
me.
saying that to us, and you're saying it to her. So, and it's still not working.
Horrible. My mom must have felt watching her child
Do the same thing.
have a child. Like what the? I look and it's just so bizarre to me that there's this little human in the room, and my little human is raising it and responsible for this little life. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
But with that said, and your story, and we all have stories like, similar in our own ways, but I don't think a 19-year-old has the mental capacity as we do in our 40s, 30s. I think life is like this journey of like, ups and downs and
Of our own adventure.
seasons. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't be you now. Like I love me now.
Word.
And it took all those really shitty shit happening.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
You
mean
know?
that testimony that you telling your kids this and them when they do get to that fork in the road or that place in their life, being able to go, well, like dad told me about this and he said this and that, so they can at least take it into consideration. That's kind of what I've always gone off of, is at least they can kind of reach back and be like, well, mom wasn't always perfect. Like she had her times where, she was a bartender and lived that lifestyle and maybe didn't make choices that she wanted to and the way that she wanted to. She said this. Is it similar or is it valid in this situation? You know what I mean? Like hopefully it's just knowledge and things, that ammo that they can kind of take with them to go fight these battles, these demons that are really coming after them.
I think about that a lot. I think about what my parents were thinking about when I was growing up. Not about me, but like what were their struggles, or like did they have the same struggles as me and my wife have, or did they worry about certain things, or why was my dad mad at 9 p.m. and so fired up? Like what made him so mad that night? Or trying to play out what kind of struggles you had at work, or try to understand them as people, as human beings, and not just as your parent.
And the pressure of a man.
Yeah, and the pressure of being a man in that era and everything, and then having to deal with, a kid that wouldn't listen, or, as those are all, and he had so many kids he had to deal with from the store. And on top of that, he's Italian and hostile. So he was different, but he would
Did he use his Italian phrases?
he has we call them Willyisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they like La Bafango?
No,
They're not pretty like that.
No, yeah,
No.
none of
That
them.
sounds good though.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded pretty. I thought I was cursing. Maybe I'm not. I'm not. I
Pretty
really
sure
don't
you
know.
just said go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I did. Wasn't
But it
that
sounded
pretty?
pretty coming out of
It just sounded pretty.
Sounded beautiful. It's a beautiful language. Yeah.
Now you understand why so many babies happen.
It's the language of love.
But,
Why it's a love language.
So that's the thing, is you got to take that part and remember what they were thinking and try to analyze how you're going to deal with that situation as you're being a parent.
Right.
Do you find yourself having more and more empathy for your parents as you've gotten older?
100%.
Same.
That took you 5 seconds. What took me 10 minutes to try to explain.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is what you were trying to say this whole time.
But it's true, right? Like
Yeah.
I'll see certain situations with my adult children and I'm like, I was just trying to be helpful. Like I'm not trying to control. I'm not trying to whatever. I'm trying to help you.
See, that's what I'm getting called right now, is the controlling and manipulative. And they're like, well, isn't that what you were doing during our childhood? And I'm like, well, isn't that what parenting is a little bit? Like we're all raising our kids
so
to have the
true.
same values and
So
stuff. So in a
true.
sense, it kind of is sort of controlling or manipulative, I suppose, but in the best way possible, really what our intentions are. We're just wanting you to have good character and strong skills that will help you later in the future. Not,
So you guys have kids that are still at the home?
So for me, I have, between the two of us, we have 6 kids. I have 3 boys. He has 2 boys and a daughter, and the daughter is the oldest.
Okay.
So there are 5 boys. And so my boys have gone to live with their father now. We have, I
remember that
openly
episode.
talk
Yeah,
about
I
this.
remember that
Yeah.
episode.
I just feel like it happens a lot, and it's just one of those things that it should be talked about more. And I think that it would allow support for men and women who are going through this, but they've chosen to be with their father with good reason. I mean, I have different rules at my house. I don't allow certain things, and it's okay. Again, it matters who you choose to co-parent with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it didn't work out that way.
I commend
Yeah.
you for doing that.
Oh, thank you.
I've had a lot of experience in that, and none of that has ever happened.
Yeah. On what you
Never
were
have they
saying
had-
about your boys
Here, take my
is
child.
take my kid.
Well, I did win in court, but it's one of those you won the battle, but you didn't win the war type thing. You can't make them stay. And when I learned that, I just realized that all I can really do for my position is pray for them
Yeah.
and to step back and be still. It's not about my timing and about my.
It's not about you.
It really isn't. It's
not about you.
It really isn't. And that took a big, big, big deal because I
Yeah.
didn't realize I was kind of like idolizing the situation.
Yeah.
So I have this friend that has boys. She has 3 boys. And one of
Poor
them,
girl. I'm
I
just
know.
joking,
One
boys.
of them, and she's been divorced for a little while now, and it was a really rough divorce. And her youngest has just been a nightmare. It's been one thing after another. She moved all the way to Tennessee to deal with, try to restart her life with him.
I applaud her for at least trying.
Oh, she's
that. Yeah.
amazing. But anyways, her son has just been a nightmare. So
Do I know this person?
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
she came home a few months ago. We were at her mom's house talking out in the backyard. And she's telling me how he keeps threatening to go live with his dad. Keeps threatening. And so she's like, so what do you think? And I said, send his ass to his father.
Yeah. Have a good time.
And I said,
Yes.
there's one thing that a woman can never teach a boy.
It's how to be a man.
It's how
That's
to be a
right.
man.
Yeah.
And I said, he needs a man's hand. And even though we don't like your ex
Yep.
and he's a big asshole and he's whatever, he does have one thing that you are not.
Yep.
He's a man.
Yep.
And this boy needs a firm man
And
hand.
Right.
that comes
Even if it's
full-
not going to be
Because the
firm.
nice mothery thing hasn't worked for him.
that comes full circle with the good parenting that I was talking about with my wife. My wife has this great good parenting, and we're both doing it at the same time. I'm like, hey, you don't know how to be a man. am I a good man? And she says, yes, of course, because she, loves me.
Right? And
she's
she knows
confused.
better.
He
She
said that
knows
she's
better.
confused.
Blinded by love. And,
Because I'm just so beautiful.
so then I tell her, and I have sons. Are they good men? Yes. And they are. They are all very good men. I know how to raise good men. And I told her that, and she says, yes, okay, I understand that. And, it's all fine. But at the same time, when we're still spoiling, we're still giving everything, and we're still saying, okay, because she's making up for lost time with him.
Right.
At the same
That's
time.
mom guilt.
That's hard.
And the mom
It's hard
guilt.
for both
Mom
sides,
guilt.
So I
right?
have to weigh that all out.
And you
too,
get that
as a
because
parent.
you don't see your
Yes,
kids
I
all the
get that.
time.
I get that.
Yeah.
So mom guilt is competing with what my husband calls, and what they've actually wrote a book about is called The Devouring Mother. And we really are trying not to be that. You know what I mean? We're trying to pull back and be that mom instead. But there's really a part of us. It's just like we really want to devour the situation and make sure that nobody gets hurt, or you know what I mean? Because that's what we were born.
And I've learned through my time that men have the ability to let their children suffer.
Yes.
Women cannot let them suffer at all.
We weren't
100%.
wired that way.
Yeah,
we weren't
you guys
wired like
aren't
that.
wired.
You know what's funny is something recently happened with my husband not too long ago. I want to say like 6 months ago. And of course, everyone, I'm the asshole. Like that's my role, is I'm the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But what I will say is that for sure this situation and on this particular child, my husband wants to be more of the bad guy, and I haven't allowed it, right? I'm like, don't be mean. Like, we're trying to make this kid into some, I don't want to like say what kid it is, so I don't want to fuck up.
You don't have to. I feel like we all know, because I
Oh, I
feel
thought
like
you
it's
were
pretty
talking about the
stereotypical. But
Yeah,
it's like it's
we were
kind
talking
of
about, but yeah, we were talking about, but he basically said that I need to let this kid just figure it out
Smash.
on their own and smash, right?
Yeah.
And like be done. And
let them
let
them
that
fail.
person fail,
Yeah,
right?
let them fail.
So I was like, no, like that's not what I'm here to do. Like I'm here to support. That's my job.
I've
to support.
spent all these years to make
Like,
sure that they don't do that.
Yeah. And, but he was right.
Yeah, you'll never be
Right?
happy if you don't know
You got to figure it out a little bit,
you have
right?
to suffer in order to be happy.
Yeah. And it was like,
Yeah,
like
that
this
makes
is that moment, Mo. This is the moment. Shut up.
And I feel like if you're talking about boys, it's even more so, because I didn't realize that until
I am
my
not confirming
husband
or
came
denying.
into my life. Oh, I don't know about that. I just know that for my
I'm not
situation,
confirming or
right?
denying.
For us, it was very much like you don't know what you're talking
I can tell you
about.
100% it was Hannah.
She is a tough one. She tells us how to live our lives. I wish, you know what? I could absolutely tell you it was not Hannah's, because Hannah rules the freaking roost.
Yeah, she
man.
does.
She
She
is the boss.
100%
We are
does.
all scared. Everyone in our family is like, hey,
Oh,
but,
shit, here's
hey,
Hannah.
we decided to do blah blah blah. Hey, who's gonna tell Hannah?
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell Hannah? I'm not gonna fucking tell Hannah. You gonna tell Hannah? No.
Yeah.
Well, what are we gonna do when Hannah finds out? I don't know.
Oh crap! Hannah just pulled up.
Oh God, she's here. Everyone look normal. She scares the shit out
Hey,
of
I'm
us
a
all.
2-strike felon, and I kiss her hand when I come home.
She scares me. That kid scares everyone. And man, when she's done with you, is hasta la vista. Like she
Hasta
follow
la
your
vista.
ass.
The
She's
beauty
done with
about
you.
Hannah is that she has a storybook look about her. That she has this beautiful alabaster skin with the little, and she wears these dresses and stuff like that. It looks like a
looks all
storybook.
sweet.
She will crush you,
She will
like
crush you
like
and
the
never look back.
parasite you are.
No, it's no joke.
No
the
joke.
front says Disney Queen, but it
Oh, it ain't
inside
that.
is really a super villain.
And there's no fakeness. Like there's no fakeness. Like I mean, if she's
She's
nice
authentic.
to you, it's real.
Yeah, she's
it's
authentic.
real. Like you never have to question whether it's real or not. So that I really appreciate it. I like it, but
Aw, that
she
makes
scares
me
the
love her
shit.
more than-
She scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. No one scares me like that kid.
Yeah.
Okay, but enough about us. So for the last part of this episode, we held off the sneeze for last.
God bless you. God bless you.
Mo can't let it go.
I'm not gonna let that go. No way. We saved the best for last. We want to talk about your adoption story, if you're willing to share that with us.
Okay.
And how it has an impact on your identity.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Testimony is my favorite part. Not that it matters, but to me, this is like
Well, this is it had a huge effect on my identity because I didn't have one. So, growing up in my family, we were all very, very tight Italian, close knit. Like, we don't speak bad about each other unless we're in front of each other. Like, kind of, you know, we didn't have dinners, we had sit downs, you know? And I was constantly reminded that I was adopted, kind of.
How old were you when you were adopted? Because I don't know the
I
story.
was 17 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were a newborn.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was the first one.
Did they use those words?
It's the first grandchild.
Yeah, I was the first grandchild. The cousins did. Yeah. And
You guys are at buttholes, just so you know. I'm just joking.
well, yeah, no, the girls are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're jerks.
So then you knew at
Big
a
But I love
jerks.
them.
I
you
know,
knew
right?
at a young age that you were adopted.
I knew as far as back as I can remember. I knew. So my parents told me from the get go, from what I know, and then apparently my birth mother left me a letter, and then I found it later on, preteens, and I read it, and then I did some detective stuff, and I tracked her down, and come to find out she actually lived in Bass Lake, which is like 20 minutes away. So then I called her, and it actually hurt my mom's feelings that I called her.
Your current mother?
Yeah.
I can imagine
it broke her
would.
heart.
I'm sure it would.
Yeah, it broke her heart. But in reality, I wanted to know. It was about me. It wasn't about my mom.
Well, right or wrong, it broke her heart, is what I'm saying. It's just the way that all of us moms would feel.
But when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
But when
But it means it's right.
when you're the child and everybody looks like everybody else, and you're the one that doesn't look like everybody else, you wonder, is there somebody else like me? And that's what I wanted to know.
Right.
And that started as a young age, and then it got older to where we started getting into our teenager ages, and I wasn't quite as athletic as everybody else. And it started showing that I wasn't gonna be the star that everybody wanted me to be. Like my uncle, an amazing football player. My dad, highly triathlon crazy person, like insane fitness. My Uncle Ray, very, very athletic. My entire family was huge with athletics, and I tried to do it as much as I could, but I just was not very good.
Were all the brothers athletic?
Yeah, all of them were.
All of them were.
Ron didn't play sports when he was young. He went right into working.
Right.
So he was always a worker, and
Well,
but
they're
he
all
drove the coolest
big.
car
Yeah.
at 16.
But then at the same time,
He's super athletic.
all the brothers will say
They all
that
ski.
he
He's
was
the best
still,
athlete.
He was still the best
He
athlete.
was the best athlete.
Yeah.
He was the best skier.
Which
you know,
one?
Yeah.
Which one? Bob?
The
Ron.
oldest, Ron.
Ron.
His
Yeah,
dad.
my dad.
So, but they were all
Yeah.
athletes. So
Yeah.
Bob played
See
football,
San Francisco
baseball.
episode.
Yeah.
He's
He's amazing.
He is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
He's
I heard you guys
amazing.
went to
was
Gecko.
great.
And,
Yeah,
saw
he
him
was
He was
really
good time.
fantastic.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
broke down on a 9-yard line.
Yeah, he was great.
Do you
He
want to
was
hear something
great.
very weird right now?
What?
Is that I didn't really pay attention to the notes right there.
That makes
I
two
didn't.
of us.
I
Fun
didn't-
fact, I don't even
I
have my
didn't know
notes.
that you were adopted,
Okay.
but sitting at this angle, you look like Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts to grow on you.
Yeah, you.
It's kind of like when you have a dog.
The
it starts to look
characteristics.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Do I
would
look like
not have
Bart?
known.
Yeah. She just said I look like a 76-year-old man.
Did you feel that? Did you feel that? Okay.
I feel like you
Glasses.
have
I heard
some
it
of his features.
No, I do get that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my oldest son that lives with me now, Skylar, he isn't mine. So he is also adopted. He was, when I had all the 3 kids, he was one of my 3 kids. But I adopted him when he was 11. I was in his life since he was 6 months old. But I adopted him when he was 11, took full financial responsibility. He's been with me since he was 6 months old. And he actually looks like me.
He does.
Is this
Actually-
your
Of
wife?
all
Is
the
this
kids,
your
he looks
wife's
the most
son?
like him.
No, this is
His ex-wife's.
This is my ex-wife's son.
So you're like literally a dad that didn't have to be.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
There's a lot of people out there.
well,
that,
even more so because when I got out of prison, they left him. They left him, and he would end up going to a group home. And he
So
didn't
you-
have a mom, didn't have a grandma, he didn't have nobody.
you came and got him from
And
that.
so as soon as I got out of prison, I got him out of the group home, and I said, "This is not going to happen. And speaking about adoptions, even my son feels pushed away when it comes to being a Willie because of that.
Yeah.
Because no one picked him up, because the kid was in a group home. Where's all the Willies at now?
Yeah.
And no one was there, and they didn't know. Like my mom and dad didn't know that he was in the group home situation like he was in. They just weren't aware. They make excuses for him. They probably could have found out. They probably could have done something.
They weren't looking for him. They weren't actively looking for him. Right.
And, it sucks. But those were my kids. Those were my responsibilities. They're not hers. They're not my parents. They were mine. So,
but you went for him as soon as you were able to.
100%. Went and got him. And so back to the adoption thing. He looks like me. He acts like me. He has Willyisms. But,
they're catchy. They're catchy.
Yeah. So,
Are they all womanizers, by the way?
no.
You laugh. I don't know. Because I met Ron.
You
and
met my husband.
But I met Ron.
Have you met
Isn't
Uncle
Ron
Bob?
a little bit flirty? I mean, a little bit.
Ray's a womanizer. I'll say that.
He's your Asian.
I am half Filipino.
Okay, Ron
dad
is
said
not a
he
womanizer.
don't date them unless their butt meets from their wrist to their elbow. If it's bigger than that, he don't date them.
It's true.
He takes measurements.
True. Oh yeah, he's a something burger. I asked him one
He is
time.
now, not back then. He wasn't though. He was shy.
Yeah.
I thought he
But
was
when
so
now-
sweet, but I'm half Filipino, so maybe that's why he was like, "Hey, I can see that."
Yeah,
One time I asked him when we were in San Francisco. This is like probably 20 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And he was dating different Asian girls, and one of them like literally could not speak English. And so I said to him, I go, don't you want to find a significant other that you could have like meaningful conversations
Why?
with? And he goes, he goes,
No.
What
nope.
for?
He goes, nope. And I'm like, really? And I look at Bob, and Bob's like,
He goes, like,
I don't think any of them
no one
do.
cared.
he actually prefers it when they don't.
Yeah.
Because then he could say whatever he wants, and he could be, hey, Cecil, come here. Hey, give me an all-around buff up. And she has no idea what he says.
No idea
but
whatsoever.
We all understood him.
But I'm trying to think if every man out there would be like, if I could talk to my wife, couldn't understand what I'm saying, would I be happy? And yes,
I've been
I
around
would.
enough women to understand that concept.
I could still have.
Right? Including me. That's including me.
That's including Andy. As much as we love her.
My problem would be I'd be the one guy that gets the woman that doesn't speak English but still has body language, and I understand everything that she's saying all the time with
The hands
yeah.
and the...
yeah. No,
That's so funny.
Yeah, he gets a new one about every 6 months. He says.
Oh yeah, he trades them in.
He has, visa's up on this one.
He gets the girlfriends faster than I get my new tinnies.
Yeah, yep, I know.
He's happy as a clam there.
He's
it
living his
suits
best
him.
life, for
Yes,
sure.
it does. San Francisco is his
Okay,
gig.
so next question, Luke. Then we're gonna wrap it up. What is the thing that you are most proud of today?
My kids and my wife.
Great answer.
Yeah, my kids and my wife. Probably more so my wife. Sorry.
Yeah,
kids.
that's okay.
It's
That's
supposed
okay.
to be that way, but
Yeah.
why?
Okay.
I'm gonna push for her sake to know why. Like,
Because every day she chooses something better, and she knew she had something else, but to watch her choose it, and it is like I told you guys before, it's not a disease. You have to choose to be better for yourself, whether it's drugs,
Amen.
alcohol,
Yes.
whether it's cheeseburgers, whether it's the video game.
I feel like the cheeseburgers was at me, but
You
it's
have
cool.
to
hey,
you choose that.
I
though.
left him downstairs waiting this whole time. Just
What's
kidding.
your Bob's Burgers? I know that's a plug for Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers, what?
So you have to choose that. And she chooses every day to get up and go to work and provide. And it's funny because I get to stay at home and be a good little housewife. And then she comes home and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I made you dinner and, all this. And she don't want to talk to me. She's tired and just wants to go to
Now
bed.
you know how it feels.
And it's funny. I'm like, can you talk to me now?
I've been good. I've been sweet. I didn't interrupt you. I asked you a bunch of questions. I
Hey,
didn't take a
Luke.
shower.
We actually just did that episode last week.
I know. I
It's
heard it. I was
lonely,
like,
the
oh man,
lonely
I missed it.
episode.
Yeah, the lonely one.
Yeah.
I was telling her about it. I was like, oh man, I missed the one the week before. I should have got in on that.
Oh, this one's just
sit
this
around
one's
all
just
day.
right.
So 40% of our listeners are men.
Really?
Yeah.
Right on.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Because we love our men. Because
We
we're
do,
we're
and-
women that don't hate men.
Well,
it's a really cool thing.
We give away some
Unfortunately,
secrets
is
too.
is a dying breed.
Yeah.
in this day and age.
It is. It's sad.
You know?
Like when we were talking about feminism, we're all thankful that we can vote and that we can own land
Yeah,
and that
sure.
our husbands can't just beat the shit out of us and it's okay.
Yeah.
But all that being said, we are just as good or better because of men in our lives.
100%.
And we love our men. And we're thankful to men like you, Luke, who are willing to come on and talk to other women like us and let us just see a little piece of your life.
And that are giving a safe space for another woman to be able to be her best self. That's not
Yes.
something that comes easily, I feel like, for men, because I don't think that that's how they were taught usually in their childhood. So it goes against everything. But you're doing that for her. And that is a big deal.
It's awesome.
Well, that comes from my upbringing too. So I was always taught to put my significant other, and my mom taught me this through my dad's mistakes.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop,
Right.
whoop.
So this is what I've learned through my dad's mistakes, and my mom would point those out. Like, look, see how he's treating me right now? That's
Not
how you
okay.
do not treat a woman. So I would do that. And so I constantly put my wife on a pedestal. And a lot of men have a problem with this day and age of taking themselves off the pedestal and putting something up,
It's an
putting
ego
someone-
thing,
Yeah,
I think.
I think it's huge ego.
Yeah.
And a lot of that comes from the way they're raised, the music, everything that they're doing.
Society totally applauds
perfect.
it, yeah.
No, and I don't. Hey, my wife is wonderful. I'll put her on a pedestal all day long.
But I bet you, and it would probably be safe to say, and they would probably agree with me, that she puts you on the same pedestal in a different way where it's like you both are honoring each other, which is why it's easy to do.
Absolutely. I would hope she says that.
She better.
She would.
Well, she's coming on next.
She
So
would.
We got her next.
In front of me, she might. Yeah. In
Well-
front of me, she would.
Well, thanks again, Luke, for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Luke reminds us today that manhood is not about fitting into a mold. It's about showing up, being real, learning from the losses as much as the wins. Whether it's through tattoos, wrestling, or fatherhood, Luke is proof that resilience and humor can carry you through. Tribe, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, healing is holy, joy, it is essential, and presence is the new power move. This is Mighty Mo. Feel blessed, be blessed.